It's definitely been nearly a month since I've been sharing on social here on YouTube. And I typically don't share these type of things, but in this video, I'm gonna go over the things that I've been struggling with. And hindsight, I'm just grateful to have the tools to move through such situations. And I have to say, as a disclaimer, I don't think any of these challenges are specific to South Africa. I think these challenges are specific to a period of growth that I'm currently in and an awareness that I'm having around all of them. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Ashley, and my channel, Ashley in Africa, I share my experience of living and doing business and traveling and moving throughout the continent of Africa, currently living in South Africa, Johannesburg to be exact. It's the coldest day of the year so far, but the sun is hitting me just right. And how can you share anything negative when the sun is blessing you with its grace, right? With its rays. It's just like, I can't even complain at this point because I'm just grateful. So if this type of content resonates with you, be sure to like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel. I'm also the founder of a community of entrepreneurs called the Africa Investors Academy. Currently, our enrollment is closed because we're working with our community of over 50 entrepreneurs that are building businesses, investing on the continent, making their Africa plans a reality, and getting support from me. And so I work with people that have not only an interest, but an action plan, whether they know it or not, and they just need support around what that process looks like for them. And so we're focused on getting everyone on their discovery trip, making their move, or registering their business in specific African countries that include Ghana, Tanzania, and South Africa currently. And so our growth within the community is exciting. Our growth here on YouTube is exciting. So to all of my family that have been supporting me thus far, thank you so much. I'm so grateful, and I'm just honored to share my experience and that you resonate with it. So let's jump in. What's been going on? It's been a few weeks. We've been doing a lot. I spent a weekend in Cape Town with Robert Kiyosaki and several other entrepreneurs that are building virtual businesses, that are acquiring new skills, that are changing the world through providing a skill or information to people that really have a desire. And that experience was incredible. I had such a great time spending more time with Cape Townians and South Africans that live in Cape Town. Every time that I've been to Cape Town, it's always been, a vibe or holiday. And while we did get some vibes in, it was an opportunity for me to really collaborate with other Cape Townians and other South Africans and people that are, that are doing business here or that want to start a business. It was dope. I got to really learn a lot about working with other South Africans. I work remotely. I have my own business, and I've never been in a work environment. And it wasn't really a work environment, but there was some collaboration with people in sales, people in real estate, people in trading, people in coaching, personal professional development. It was just really a great time. And coming back to Joburg, I had an epiphany. I had an epiphany during that event that, all skin folk and kinfolk, something that we say in my country. But, as an African American, a African born in America, a woman that had to identify as a Black American in my home country, there is a level of internalized racism that we as Black women in America have internalized. It is a part of our identity, being a Black woman. It's our identity, and it has not served us in the best ways possible. It has led to a lot of trauma, a lot of grief, a lot of just things that are not of the higher vibes. While there are beautiful things about being a Black woman, obviously, okay, but it's these designations are things that have been given to us, not things that we were innately born into. And when you live in a society where you represent the majority, where Blackness is really just an extra thing, you get to see that. And I've really had to do like deep inner work to recognize that I need I have some work to do. I have some growth to do, because everyone that looks like you isn't for you. And everyone that doesn't look like you doesn't want to destroy you. And while these entities exist globally, it's about getting rid of limiting beliefs and being able to connect, have conversations, empathize, collaborate, learn from, teach people that desire to get to the similar destination, but regardless of race, regardless of religion, regardless of culture. And that's just some work that I need to do. And I don't know if you feel me, but you might need to do some too. You might need to do some too. I know I have a lot of different people from all over the world that watch this content. And I, specifically for Black Americans or the diaspora, African diaspora, we've experienced a lot. Our history is very complex. It's painful. It's sad. And as we move forward, it is our birthright to have access to everything that is in our abundant nature, right? How we've been nurtured into communities and colonies and religions and labels. These are things that have been created on our behalf, I think, to distract us from the overall objective of life, which is to thrive, which is abundance. And that's been a challenge for me as I've been parenting, as I've been growing my business, as I've been serving others, as I've been allowing others to serve me. Growth is required in this season, and I'm just grateful for that. But it's been a struggle. And so, if that resonates with you, please, let me know. Leave me a comment below. One of the biggest things that I'm constantly seeing when I share my life in South Africa is people talking about, things such as xenophobia and, classism. And listen, I get it. I'm learning. But how do we move forward, right? We do not create change effectively by attacking or focusing on an old system of what is. We create what we want. We create something new that is going to take us forward. And that's my focus. And hopefully you resonate with that, because that's what we're doing on this channel. I moved to the continent for a better life for myself and my family, because I see the trajectory of where this continent is currently and is going, and is moving towards currently today. And there is a lot of change happening, because forward progress is the only process. And focusing on what was in the past, it's important to understand history, but it's also important to recognize that nothing can be done about the past. What we do today moving forward is how we project and protect our future interest. So that's been a process I've been going through. And it's been a struggle, People say they want to see you win. But I know, even from the title of this video, a lot of people want to know my struggles. They want to know the bad. They want to know about the crime rate increasing. They want to know about the political crisis. They want to know about the, access to water and food shortages, and water shortages and electricity. And listen, no place is perfect. South Africa is obviously not perfect, but South Africa is a developing country that is on the right side of history when it comes to global rights. And there are challenges, but I look at challenges as opportunities for forward progress, for debate, for conversation, and for action takers. And if you are a problem solver, well, you will find success in that as well. And that's that on that. Let me move a little bit so you guys can see me. And overall, realizing we just major in the minor. We spend so much time majoring, focusing on things like race, religion, culture, political affiliation, emotional statements that make us feel seen and heard. When it comes to our race, our sex, listen, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant when we look at the trajectory of what is currently taking place, fighting and trying to break down what is. Never and ever has it ever worked in our history. So the only way that we can be successful is to move forward and take the steps towards the goals that we have. And it's literally the thing that is separating us and destroying us, focusing on these so-called borders, these so-called, colonies, and these so-called religions. It's not serving us. Maybe individually, but societally, we're suffering. And in my work, I'm focused on how I can evoke change within myself, within my household, so that we move forward progressively as a people, because we all just want freedom. We all just want joy. We all just want peace. And we all just want love. And we get there by pouring and focusing on those things, not on anything else. And that's been my experience, guys. That's been my experience over the last month, focusing on what I want, not what I don't want, accepting what is and moving forward and doing something about it. And it's been a challenge. It is not our default. And I'm sure that there are things in your life that have happened to you, that are happening around you, and you just feel overwhelmed. Like, how am I going to change this? What do I do about this? I just don't see any way out. And I'm here to tell you that it all starts here. Whether it's politics, whether it's war, whether it's racism, whether it's financial woes, whether it's something that is probably very relevant that may have happened. How we think about that thing is how our life looks from here on out. And I don't know about you, but I'm not getting any younger. And life, every single moment is a gift that is passing us by. And however we decide to take that and move forward is up to us. And so that's been the journey. That has been the journey for the last few weeks. I'm so grateful for the tools that I have to be able to have this conversation and to get myself to a place of realizing what I want and not what is. So if you have an interest in just shifting your perspective a bit, I created a free 22-day healing guide. That number is significant because I've always seen myself come through an experience, no matter how tragic, no matter how hard. 22 days, like, I can change my thinking within that time, and so can you. And so we've created that guide. It is a free guide. Go to ashleyinafrica.com, get on the waiting list. We're also working to open our next cohort. Actually, our next cohort, it's not open yet. Enrollment is not open. So sign up for that waiting list. If you're a woman and you want to learn how to use this so that you can have everything else that you desire. It is so possible. It's not easy. I will say that. It is definitely not an easy process, but you can do it. So leave me some comments below. Let me know what it is that you're working through, and I'll do my very best to support you by, giving you my thoughts and how I've been able to coach women all over the world into a mindset of abundance. All right. So love to chat with you in the comments. If this video resonated with you, please be sure to like it, share it with someone else who would find value in it, and subscribe to the channel. Until the next video, I'll see you soon.